Hey everybody, Lewis, Rshackbbq and other things. Well, today I bought something and I'm going to unbox it. I found this thing. I was in Walmart the other day and, looking at their grills every time I go through there, and this one was there and it was half price. Now, I've been watching them for a while. I know some people have bought them. I have a good friend that follows my YouTube channel. He and I message back and forth. He just picked one of these up, and when I was there, I was like, wow, that is a good price. And I need one. So I bought it. What did I buy? Well, let me bring you in and show you. All right, so I bought the Copperhead Onxy edition. I believe this is a Series 4 Pittboss vertical smoker. Now, it's got the upgraded control panel, so it's a PID controller, and you can see here it has temperature range from 130 to 420, 65-pound hopper capacity, and 1,300 square inches of cooking surface. Now this has one meat probe that's included, but as you know, I've got other Pittbosses that I can take the probes from, and we will give this a go, see how it works out. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I bought a Copperhead vertical smoker Series 5 kind of when they first came out, and I really like that cooker, and as far as YouTube goes, the videos I did on it have done fairly well, but it fluctuated in temperature pretty bad at times, and kind of disappointed with that. I had heard people putting on other controllers, so I installed a Rshackbbq. Now it was like their first edition Rshackbbq controller, and it just did not get up to temp like it should have. So that's just been in the back 40 collecting dust. And then I bought a Louisiana grill Series 7. And that one's a little bit bigger, vertical, but it's also Danson, which owns Pittboss and Louisiana Grill. They're basically the same thing. The Series 7 was a Costco exclusive, I believe. I bought it off of Marketplace. People were moving and they were just getting rid of it, so I bought it. And it does pretty well too, but it likes to run right about 260 pretty consistently. You try to get it lower and it starts fluctuating. You move it up higher and it alarms out, and I really haven't used it that much. Then I went ahead and bought a barrel Pittboss. Their 1100, I believe is what it was, Pro Series. That's a pretty good grill. The only complaint that I have about them, because I'm a low and slow kind of guy, it's got cast iron grates in it, and those will heat up and they will put burn spots on your meats if you're doing low and slow kind of cook. So not a big fan of the cast iron. It'll fit other grates in it. Like I could get another set from Rshackbbq and they would fit in there just fine, because I've done that in the past. Yeah, I just don't use it very much. I actually am going to donate it to a good buddy of mine. He does a lot of neat cooking, so I told him that I'm just not using it and he can have it. But I like vertical smokers, and when I saw this one on sale with their upgraded PID controller, I said, what the heck, I got to give it a try. It's got to be better. Just because it's a PID controller, it should maintain a little bit better. So with that said, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a timer and I'm going to unbox it and I'm going to assemble it. But I'm not going to really talk about the assembly until the end. I'll tell you what I liked about the assembly and then what I disliked about the assembly and tell you how long it took me to put this Copperhead together. And I'm not going to be, you know, super fast at it. I would be like trying to simulate somebody that hasn't put grills before together and just take my time and do it. Probably use the manual as much as I possibly can. And then I have a rack of ribs that I plan on doing my first cook on it. So let's get into the unboxing. Of course, I gotta put my glasses on. Get the microphone out of the way. Said I'm gonna start a timer with my other phone here. Sorry. Right now, it is 2 o'clock. Straight up 2 o'clock. And we'll just set a timer on my phone. Timer starts. Actually, stopwatch. Start. So we got the stopwatch going. Get that out of the way. Get my drink out of the way. Set that over here. All right. Well, you know, most people get one of these. They're going to set it down just like this. Make sure I'm in the frame here. All right, there it is, all assembled. Check the time, 3:35. So about an hour, a little over an hour and a half to get it assembled. I would plan for at least 2 hours minimum, just so you're just following the instructions and everything. I really do like the coloring and the lettering that they've done on it. The legs, they are a little beefier than on the original Copperhead. I have the manual here, so we'll look at that in a minute. Overall assembly, pretty straightforward. The main thing was building the base, and you know, the recommendation I make is don't tighten everything down until you have everything connected. And then, as you saw, I went around and cinched it down. They say don't use a power drill or power driver, but as long as you turn your chuck down, you're not going to strip anything out. And notice that the door is higher on this side than this side, but you can adjust these hinges. I might do that. The seal is pretty good. You know, you have to adjust that, and you want it to, so when you clamp it closed, it's all the way closed. This here, they say 2 fingers. I've got about 1.5, and for some reason it's tightened up on me. I don't know why it won't screw down any farther, but that's right where I want it, because you got to have it, that air gap out of it. Let's see. Yeah, the overall assembly was fairly easy. The wheels, of course, they're just cheap wheels, but the frame is definitely a lot better on this one than on the original Copperhead. They say it's a 5-in-1 cooking. You can, I think you can roast. Oh, let's see, they got them all listed here. You can bake, roast, smoke, braise, and barbecue. Cook up to 6 chickens, or 5 briskets, or 12 rack of ribs. Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Maybe 4 briskets and 8 rack of ribs, because it's, well, let's just have a look. Let's see what this top looks like. Yeah, I guess you could get a rack of ribs in there pretty easy. 2 on each shelf. It's not as wide and it's not as deep as the Series 5, obviously. As you can see, I tried a disposable full-size pan in there. It'll go in there, but it'll kind of crunch it up, which, I mean, but at least it'll go in there. One of the things that I noticed, let me get on this side. Of course, the heat deflector, it says front on it. I'm blocking your view. So. Of course, the heat deflector says front on it, and it's got your grease. This is a water pan, and they say make sure it's 3/4 full, which I'll do on this one. Then they have a grease catch deflector here, and I'll run all the grease into the water pan, and then there's a grease tray in the, or trap in the back that'll flow it, and then you saw the grease canister on the back here that pulls in and out when you got to dump it out. A lot of people will foil this. I don't think it's necessary. I mean, you're going to block your grease trap if you do that, and you definitely want that grease to go somewhere. This is a weird design. You would think that there is the front, but it's not. It says front right. It says front right here, and this is the bottom. So what looks like the rough side is actually the top, and that it's angled, so it slides back in there. It makes it so the grease will flow towards the back.
which is kind of neat, I guess. Yeah, these are porcelain coated shelves. I thought I'd be able to use my Series 5 racks, but I think they're bigger than these. So yeah, I'm not going to do that. It did, like it says, it did come with 5 shelves. Some of them, if you go to their website, it'll say 5 shelves, but then you start reading about it and it'll say 4 cooking surfaces. So they need to straighten out their website. Says it's got a large pellet viewing window, which is over there, 2 locking casters on the back, XL hopper capacity, they say 65 pounds, advanced digital controller, which is here, and we'll fire this up in a minute, and integrated grease management. Yeah, well, let's see, this is scan code, learn more, heavy duty construction. So, you know, these doors, everyone talks about them, greasing over or creosote over, but they're super easy to clean. I've never had any issues with them. Yeah, no, it's not as tall, not as wide as I thought it was, but hey, it's going to work. It's a nice little cooker. I think it'll be great. This is, and it does say on here, oh, where is it? Maybe it's on this. Yeah, this is a PB Pittboss V4 NX. So this will say something about a manufacturing date somewhere on here. It doesn't. It's got the model number, serial number. I'll go on and get this registered, and outdoor use only. But we're gonna fire it up in here. It's not gonna hurt anything in here. But yeah, I really like the color. Not a bad size. And like I said, I think when I was looking at these at summertime here in my community, these were $4.99, and I got it for $2.90, so on clearance. So I'm not going to complain about that. $290 for a vertical smoker like this. But let's take a look at the manual real quick. See what it says about how to fire her up. So the other cool thing about this, it's got 3 probe port positions on it. And let's see, E, programmable meat probe connection port. And then D, meat probe. So a programmable, same as a regular meat port, but this port is programmable on the control board. Interesting. I'll have to learn more about that. I've never heard of that before. Then you've got P2 and P3, which are your standard meat probes. In here, you've got your thermostat rod that tells you the pit ambient temperature. It is right where the controller is. Yeah, it's right next to the controller there. They actually got a couple of, we got a couple of screw panel, and they have a panel here, I think, to access that if you need to replace that or do something different. So that's pretty neat. You can take this out. I'll leave that on it. All right, we'll connect some power to this. See what happens, huh? 3, 2, 1. All right, I saw a blink there for a second. Let's have our manual handy, just so we can see what it says. So, go ahead and power it on. No probe. It's already in Fahrenheit. Now, you can see it's got the hot rod and the fan to let you know. Then it's got your probe positions. To adjust the temperature, you push it, and then you dial it in. That's how you set your temp. There it shows that the auger is running. This is the actual pit temp right now. So, yeah. First use burn off. Once your auger has been primed and before cooking in your smoker device, complete a smoker burn in. Fill the water pan and monitor the water level. Turn the control knob to 350 degrees. Keep cabinet open until smoke starts to fill the interior cabinet chamber, smoker chamber. Then latch the door closed and let it burn off for 30-40 minutes. This will burn the interior of the unit and rid of any foreign matter. Follow shutdown instructions to turn it off. So, let's get the shutdown. Shutdown. Press and hold the power button for 3 seconds to turn the unit off. The smoker will begin an automatic cool down cycle and display reads off. The auger system will stop feeding fuel. So let's try that. 1, 2, 3. So it does it, that right now it's not displaying off, but we'll let it run and see if she shuts off. I'm going to get pellets, get this thing filled up, and we'll go from there. Sweet! Alright, so what it says is, as you can see, I'm using cherry pellets. I put a 20-pound bag in there. So what it says to prime, and I guess I should tell you, I put water in the water pan. But what it tells you in the instruction is to remove all this stuff, but we're not going to do that. You want to hear pellets falling into the fire pot there. So we're just going to prime it, and we will listen for pellets to drop. Now, from things that I've heard, you got to press and hold the button for a while. So I've got my chair here. So what it says to do is power it on. And then press and hold the temperature Fahrenheit Celsius button. And that is supposed to prime the auger and start moving pellets into the fire pot. So we'll just sit here and hold this. I'm going to change fingers. And what we're going to do is we're going to listen for pellets to drop into the auger. We can do also is, we'll just do this so you can see it as well. So we're getting pellets to come in there. While I hold the button. It's going to be in there. pellets. Get my flashlight going here. The other phone. You can kind of see it down there. I see the hot rod. There we go. We should get smoke here pretty soon. Some pellets. For some reason that's not focusing. See if I can get that. There we go. You can see the pellets. Pretty soon they'll, I can see the hot rod glowing down in there. See, you can see the hot rod. So we should be getting some smoke here pretty soon. We'll have to figure out how to make the Wi-Fi work on this. I got Smokey for all my other Pittbosses. I see the Wi-Fi button or signal on the controller, so I know it'll do it. So, but we just have to do it. Pellets burning. Any smoke yet. So the plan will be, once we get this lit and it's going, I'm just going to roll it outside and let it finish its initial burn in. Ooh, now I see smoke. Yeah, you can start seeing smoke. I don't know what more about that. Bring it back over here. Set it. Alright, so now we're going to set it. And they said 350. Look at that. That's pretty neat. And as you can see, we're getting smoke. So I'm going to get this outside and let it do its burning. Alright, as you can see, we got it out here, just outside the shop there. Right now, showing us at 296. So we're just gonna let it come up to 350, and then I'll set a timer for 40 minutes. And once that 40 minutes is up, I'll roll it back into this. I'll shut it down. I'll roll it back into the shop for the night, and then we'll get the ribs on it tomorrow and see how those go. I'll probably make that a separate video, but yeah, anyhow, hope you enjoyed this one of the Copperhead Onxy V4, or Series 4. I don't know why I keep saying V4. Vertical, that's why. Anyhow, like I always say, simply, you could do it. It's not that hard. Until next time, my friends, go along. Can't wait to make some ribs.